So we finally made it to the Shiva de Nechemta. And after the 3 weeks of mourning, of profound sadness associated with Churban Beis Hamikdash and Golus Yisrael, this Shabbos is Shabbos Nachamu. Last week we read Yeshayahu Perek Aleph, the painful Haftorah Chazayin Yeshayahu ben Amoitz, and this week it's your Perek Mem. Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, Yoimar Elokeichem. Chazal teach us, Yalkut Shemoni Yem Yoshin Yud Beis, Kishem Shaloku Bekeflayim, Kachatidim Litnachem Bekeflayim. Dabru Elevi Ushalayim Vikiru Eleo Kimolo, Tzavoa Kin Yirtzu Avoino, Ki Lokho Miyad Hashem Kiflayim Mekol Chatoteiham. Lakta Bekeflayim. But it didn't start with the Einish, but rather with the Aveda. Kishem Shechatu Bekeflayim Sheneimar Chet Chata Yerushalayim. Kach Loku Bekeflayim, Kach Atidim Litnachem Bekeflayim Sheneimar Nachamu, Nachamu Ami. And the question is, what do Chazal mean, Loku Bekeflayim? L'cho Hashem achosed ki atu tishalam leish k'maseu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't punish more than we deserve. So what does it mean, Loku Bekeflayim? And what does it mean, Atidim Litnachem Bekeflayim? Livi Yoimari. This is my feeling. Every time a person does an Aveda, the tragic result is not only he hurts himself, his neshama, his very being. He brings darkness to the entirety of creation. The Mesilas Yesharim in the very first Perek of his magnificent Sefer explains, Kasher ha'odam mekalkel ma'asav mekalkel es kol habriya. And when he does mitzvahs, he elevates the entire Bria. Because man is the crown jewel of creation. So whenever a person does an Aveda, he causes Esther upon him in the entire world. When he does a mitzvah, he brings light to the world. Elani is daiti, my understanding, that is what Chazal mean, Chatu Bekeflayim. When you transgress, you transgress. That's against the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu when you hurt yourself. But you also bring down the entire world. Local Bekeflayim means you pay the price of your Aveda, but you also pay the price of Esther Bonim you brought to the world. And that Esther Bonim will envelope you. When Yosef Tzaddik is sold by his brothers to the Yishmaelim, the Pasuk in Parshat Vaetchanan says, V'hinei orches Yishmaelim bo, a caravan in the desert comes of Yishmaelim. V'gvaleihem nosim nichis tzri veloit. Rashi brings ein darkam shel Arvim ela laset neft. Usually an Arab caravan would carry oil, kerosene, not besoming, not pleasant fragrance. And that was an ace. Schoren shel matzias chaim. And the great teachers of Musar asked, we would have Yosef Tzaddik in those tragic circumstances. What are you smelling? Do you really care about what you smell? Yes, it was a young boy torn from his family, thrown into a pit full of scorpions and venomous snakes, taken out of the pit, sold to strange people, being taken to a strange and alien country. Did he really care about what he smells? Probably not. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu just wants to convey a message, Yosef, I'm here with you. I did not forget you and I did not forsake you. And I'm going to be with you all the way. It's painful, it's tragic, but I'm here right with you. And it makes it that much easier to accept. Not always in this torturous, tragic, and long gullus did we smell the sun. 80 years ago in Majdanek and Treblinka and Auschwitz, Birkenau, and 1,000 other places in Europe, not always did we smell the sun. And our fathers and grandfathers prayed and davened for a drop of light, one ray of light, one keren oil, one drop of besamim, and did not find it. That was the tragic zera in Parshat Vaetchanan. Vo noichi haster astir ponai. That hester ponim is loku b'kiflayim. Not only did HaKadosh Baruch Hu punish us with pain and suffering and yisurim, it made it that much difficult. We also suffered hester ponim. Chat'u b'kiflayim, because every Aveda brings darkness to the world. And that same darkness will envelope you in times of trial, of tribulation, of suffering. That is lakum b'kiflayim. Va'atiden litnachem b'kiflayim. And the Korah b'yameinu, when we will be Zaycha HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yeshuv Elamo, it is not only that will be the end of all our pain and suffering, and we will dance and sing the praise of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In the end of days, we will be Zaycha to a life of happiness and bliss. Yeradim v'yeladot mesachakim berachovotei. All the parks will be full with zaydis and bubbies with their canes, smiling and laughing and seeing their eniklach and or eniklach, grandchildren and great-grandchildren romping around, playing. And then in the next stage, we will be Zoichet, Tzadikim, Yoishem, Vatreseim, Berusheim, Benehen in Meziv Ashchina. But much more than that. At the end of days, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take each and every one of us and turn them around. And in retrospect, we're going to look back at the Goros, and what will we see? We will see that everything was a facade, a mirage, and it is only then that we will realize that the entire Goros was a mafteach shel geula. And that is what Chazal mean, asidem litnachem b'kiflayim. Many years ago, in the very first sefer that I wrote, that was almost 40 years ago, I shared a thought. And later I found it in the Tzlach, in the name of Amagid HaGodel Rabbi Ephraim Araisha. Psochim Daf Nun. The Gemara says, what does it mean? B'yoyim hu yeh Hashem echad u'shma yechad. Oto b'yoyim lo mazeh, ein Hashem echad u'shma yechad. Elo. B'yoyim mazeh al-toiv maborach borach ha-toiv ha-meitev al-avo maborach borach v'ainens. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us bracha and simcha, we thank Him. We rejoice and we say Baruch HaToiv HaMeitev. When tragedy strikes, we thank Him again and we say Baruch Dayan U'emes. Lo ased lo ve'ala kol mavorach, Baruch HaToiv HaMeitev. And we wonder, is the difference between this world and the one to come only in Baruchos? What's the revusa? Ala kol mavorach Baruch HaToiv HaMeitev. There will be no bad. There will be no suffering. Yoim shekulo itoiv. Yoim shekulo aroch. Pshat is, each and every one of us will look back at the Gonos. And in those very same experiences, on the same phenomenon, that we already made the brocha Baruch Dayan U'emes, we will say a brocha again, and this time it'll be another brocha. We will then realize, looking back, everything was racham and chesed. Al hakol mavorech borach hatoiv ha'meitev, and everything. And those very same experiences in real time, he said, Baruch Vaetchanan, in retrospect, we would say, Baruch Atoi Vametim. And that is Atidim Litnachem B'Kiflai. Many times I shared with you a wonderful thought, a beautiful pshat of the Malbim. Ki ish asher imo tenachameno, anochi menachemchem. Children are sitting shiva on their mother that passed away. They are mourning the demise of their beloved mother. And suddenly in the middle of the shiva, the door opens, and who comes in? Their mother. She looks around in shock, and she asks, what is this all about? Why are you sitting on the floor? Why are you crying? And the children are shocked even more. And they say, Mother, we're sitting Shiva on you. You passed away. And the mother looks around and she says, here I am. Here I am. This is a dream. Get up. It's Nari, Ma'ofa, Kumi. Get up. That is how we will feel when Mashiach will come b'Korah b'Yameinu. Ki ish asher imo tenachameno, anochi menachemchem. We should be zoche b'Korah b'Yameinu, leitnachem b'kiflayim, like the Navi Yeshayahu says, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, Yoimar Elonkeh. B'Korah b'Yameinu, when we zoche to be as Mashiach Tzidkei. Have a beautiful Shabbos, all of you. Shir Shabbat Shalom l'kulam. And we should only hear B'Soiros, Toivos, Yeshuos,